time's best hope. Down with the modern world. Back to the Dark Ages and the safety of Holy Fair. I don't believe it. What are you?
A believer. Diana does good because that's the only thing that she cares about. She doesn't care for the fame or for the glory or for the credit. She's not there for that. And I think that that's why she wasn't interested in getting too involved out there with press and with people and, you know, being Wonder Woman. As far as she's concerned, she did everything that she could. She came to the rescue every time she was needed. She fought whenever she was needed. For me, it was really important that she would be the glue of the team. That we would track the same character that we victoriously established in the Wonder Woman movie. And I think that one of the special things that Diana has, one of the most beautiful qualities, are the fact that she just cares for people, and she, in the most sincere way. So when I got the script, I made a point out of the importance of Diana being this glue to the team, that she would make each and every one of them, even if it's in small moments, feel stronger and loved and capable. I think she enjoys working with the team, and I think that after having the team on Wonder Woman and working with them and enjoying other people's company, I think that she really feels good about fighting with them and also being among people who are similar to her, because they're all outsiders. Flash and Cyborg and Aquaman and Bruce, they're all outsiders. They're all abnormal and they're loners and they have these special gifts. And finally, after so long of being by herself, she has teammates, which is wonderful. We bring something that is easy to relate to. Yes, she's a god. Yes, she's the greatest warrior of all times, but she's vulnerable and she's sincere, and she can lose her confidence from time to time, and she's hurt, but she cares, and she's warm and she's loving, and you know, these are qualities that all of us has. So yes, for me, these qualities are what makes these movies more interesting.
How many of you are there?
Not enough.
8 people abducted from or near Star Labs. Here's the potential perp.
Parademons.
Okay.
The demons must have caught the scent of the mother box. They carried people away to find out what they know.
So the 8 may still be alive.
9. The head of Star Labs was taken as well.
You made it. So then, there must be a nest nearby.
I plotted all the sightings in Metropolis, Gotham. No pattern I can see. The lines on the map don't converge.
On land. These lead back to Braxton Island, between the 2 cities.
Gotham Harbor. These are air vents. They all lead down to the tunnel to Metropolis project that was abandoned in the 29.
Do you really think that...
Oh, wow, they really just vanished. Huh? Oh. That's rude.
I know you have abilities. I just don't know what they are.
My special skills include viola, web design, fluent in sign language, Gorilla sign language?
Silica-based quartz sand fabric. Abrasion resistant. Heat resistant.
Yeah, I do competitive ice dancing.
What they use on the space shuttle to prevent it from burning up on re-entry.
I do very competitive ice dancing. Whoever you're looking for, it's not me. You're the Batman?
So you're fast.
That feels like an
I'm
oversimplification.
putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah, I need friends.
At the end of BVS, we leave Bruce, fearful that there is an attack coming and wanting to gather up as many metahumans as he possibly can. So the sort of nascent stages of team building is where we're left, and this movie starts with Bruce actively recruiting and looking and researching and trying to find these superhumans that he believes are out there. He doesn't he's not met with enthusiasm by everybody that he encounters. Some people are a little bit more reluctant to join up, be part of the team. Ezra, the Flash, signs right up, but Aquaman, it takes some convincing. Cyborg also takes some convincing from Wonder Woman. But together, we collectively start to assemble this group, and eventually they come around and realize that there's a need for us to work together. There's a modified Batmobile, which is tricked out to take on the alien race, so it's made a little bit more lethal. And then there's the Batwing, which is pretty cool. It's a ship that he flies around in, and he's got his huge 777 that he just flies around when he needs to be transported somewhere. And he's building this bigger plane that he wants to go longer distances. So Bruce Wayne has no shortage of ways to get around.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. See, I'm afraid of bugs and guns and obnoxiously tall people and murder, and I can't be here. It's really cool. You guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but full transparency, I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
Save one.
What?
Save one person.
Which one?
Don't talk, don't fight. Get in, get one out.
And then?
You'll know.
Okay.
Batman and Superman and a lot of these core DC characters still don't seem dated. They somehow still work in stories today, and I think that's just a mark of characters that are very well drawn and that they still have this kind of resonance, and that they were invented in the 1930s.
You got a team here.
Superman can bring this team together better than I ever could. His strength
Doesn't matter how strong you are or what abilities you might
is
have.
more human than I am. He lived in this world. Fell in love, got a job. Despite all that power, the world needs Superman. And the team needs Clark.
believe there is a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when the people are hungry. He brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night.
Ef hann þá til, þá skal ég skila þessu til hans.
Icebergs in the harbor. 4 months since the last ship got through.
Well, this stranger doesn't come by ship. There are enemies coming from far away. I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
You should get out.
Can you at least point me to Atlantis?
Arthur Curry.
Also known as Protector of the Oceans, the Aquaman. I hear you can talk to fish.
When we find him in Justice League, he's definitely... We actually find him in Iceland, and there's a tribe of people up there, and they're kind of on the outskirts of the world, and he helps them and brings them fish, and they kind of look up to him and they take care of him, and he doesn't want to be around a lot of people. He's very much the outsider and the lone wolf. When you put everything on, whether it's holding the trident, put the eyes in, you put the costume on, being heavy or not, it's just, you're right into the character, and that's a beautiful thing. That's when you're working with really talented artists. From props to, obviously, Michael, who has made all of our costumes, and they're amazing. You actually kind of geek out because when you get to see everyone, they look unbelievable. Like, it's truly like a little fanboy moment, or just you feel like a little kid and you're like, that's Batman. And you just get a look at Batman and you kind of poke him, and like, he's like staring at him like, it's cool. From Ezra and Ben, obviously, has his own thing, Henry, Gal, we're all but on set, and when we're together, it's like a big family, and there's not any problems. We didn't have one problem. No egos, no drama. And when you're in your costumes and it's hot or it's cold or it's, you're just in hell together. So there's these great comedic moments. It's super action adventure. We're all over the place. A lot of sets that are like, we're in tons of big, beautiful sets. And then it's a whole world that you've just never seen before.
Heads up.
Thanks, Alfred. But I'll take it from here.
Do I know you?
Primitive beings.
What are we under right now?
Gotham Harbor.
Come on!
Cyborg, aka Victor Stone, is a college athlete, and a tragic accident befalls him, by no fault of his own. And his father, in order to save his life, he uses cybernetics, advanced cybernetics, to replace his lost limbs and essentially save his son's life. The technology that he uses in this film is apocalyptic tech. It's nothing that this world has ever seen. So it imbues him with super strength, super durability. He can fly. He can interface with anything technological. He can patch into your cell phone. He can know your whole history. He has worlds of information at his disposal, not just from our galaxy, from other galaxies and universes, which is pretty cool. The cast is probably the funniest group of people you could probably get together in one room. I think everybody brings something very unique to the group and just watching all the different personalities come together. It kind of feels like what the actual Justice League would feel like. It's hard for me to imagine it any other way now. The props, I pick up and touch anything that's not nailed down. I'm picking up all the batarangs, all the devices that he has. Anything that's not nailed to the floor, I'm always touching it, picking it up, seeing what the deal is, because everything is so detailed. Even in Star Labs, all the paperwork that you see sitting on the desks, somebody's gone through and written very specific things on those papers. It's crazy the amount of detail that they put into these things. Cyborg's role is access for the Justice League. He allows them information. He allots them information that they couldn't possibly know on their own. He's also able to repair technology, essentially with a thought. He's able to manipulate this technology and force it to repair, self-repair. He's able to solve the most complex problems that they couldn't solve on their own. We're dealing with a lot of really smart people in the Justice League, but I think Cyborg's cybernetics give him an advantage in that way. He's recently become Cyborg. He's been Cyborg for maybe a year, maybe less. And, he's lost everything that he's held dear. He's lost his body, he's lost his mother. He's had unbearable hardships just compiled on top. He's been in solitude for the last year and a half. So when Wonder Woman asks Cyborg to join them, he doesn't want to. He's turned his back on the world because the world, he feels, has turned its back on him.
Where we find Barry in this film, it's the awakening. The powers are still fairly new to him. We find him in a place where he's still very clumsy, and he's not yet breached the event horizon, as it were. He hasn't broken that limit, but he's starting to feel it, and it's coming, and it sort of looms, and it waits for him. He's trying to use this stuff that he's figuring out. He's trying to use it for good, that becoming immediately a very loaded and strange concept. And he finds this group of people who are doing that. He's brought into this group of people, and it's amazing for him. It's what he's always dreamed of, and certainly that dream has intensified. He grew up a child with traumatic circumstances in the world of superheroes. You're just waiting for those other superheroes to come and recognize you. So I think that when it happens, he's just so happy and thrilled. It was even just an incredible progression just to meet them, just to meet them for the first time, or the moments where we were all together even before we were in suit, but just to really feel the dynamic. The dynamic is really special. I think I really love my fellow Justice League members. Barry Allen / The Flash is inherently interested in quantum mechanics because he's running into them. So yeah, he's an explorer. He's a voyager. I think that's something that's made the Flash such an interesting character for all of its history, is that it's someone who can run into our ideas about physics, about how the world works. It's a character very much inspired by physics and by the works of these incredible people like Nikola Tesla and Albert Einstein, some of the people who I think Barry's really interested in, people who I'm really interested in, so it works out.